first and foremost, what did it mean? How did you find out that you were named a top 20 greatest coaches of all time from the UIL, and what were those emotions like when you heard that?
I got a text from our head football coach at Bernie High School, and I was in a meeting, and of course I looked down at my phone, and he said, "Hey, you're on the list. This is cool." And so I looked at it, and I said, "I'm on the list. That is cool." And we were extremely excited.
What do you think back to when you think of your coaching days? Just what are some of the first things that come to your mind?
Well, the first thing, Evan, would be my father. I mean, when you ask a question like that, the first answer is my dad, Jack Leech. I remember the first basketball game he took me to in Farmington, New Mexico, and I was 4, 5. And then, of course, he started our little dribbler program in Brownfield, Texas. And then it fast forwards to all the ADs I worked for, and then, of course, superintendents, principals, school board members. And then you go players, wouldn't even be on the list. You're only as good as your best player, Evan. And I've had a lot of great players. And I start rattling them off. I'd leave so many out, but it's all about players. And I had 35 years of great players, and location. I was blessed to be able to be in Bernie for 35 years. If I'd have been in a different location, I would not be on the list.
Do you ever miss it? Are you happy in the AD role, or do you have the itch sometimes to get back on the sidelines?
I'm so happy with what I get to do. I love my job. I love getting to be a part of so many teams. I am so blessed and so fortunate that I have this job, and I'm thankful for the 800 plus wins, and then there was 1,200 games. There's a lot of losses, or few losses also, but the time was perfect. I've enjoyed the last 3 years, and I think I'm good, Evan. You can only eat so many Krispy Kreme donuts. I think I ate enough of them.
And then also, do you have one memory that stands out to you in your coaching career?
Yes, the 1990 semifinal victory against Port Arthur Lincoln. When you asked me to just do one, it goes back to that. I was 29. It was our 4th year. We'd won the regional championship, and they were number 1 in the state. They'd never lost a state semifinal game, and we didn't have a chance, and we play them 100 times. We'd lose 99, but on that given night, we beat them. And we beat them in overtime, and everything goes back to that game. That was our tipping point, and that has a lot to do why you and I are talking today.
And finally, I just want to kind of give you the microphone per se. And is there anything that you want to say just with receiving this recognition that isn't necessarily a question that I'm directing towards you, that maybe something you want to just talk about?
Well, just talk about being able to be. It's all about Bernie. This is really and truly community recognition, because they've allowed me to be able to do this for 35 years, and they've allowed me to be the head basketball coach for 32. And only thing is, I'm just so thankful. Of course, you think back to your childhood in Brownfield, Texas, and being a Brownfield Cub, and so, but then you're so thankful. I was Greyhound basketball coach for 22 and champion for 10. And just think back, just like I said, superintendents that were patient, and principals that were patient, and then players that were patient. And I think back on all my players, and of course my closest friends and my relationships are my former players and former assistants. Two of the best are the head basketball coaches of our two schools right now, Kimball McCone and Chris Adamak. I mean, and I had Jim Good and Robbie Shivers and Clay Cody and Adam Schrager and Jason Swetman and Dave Clark and Greg Ferguson. And you're just so fortunate, and you don't get on anybody's list without the help of others. I mean, it's all about none of us get anywhere without help. And I have had a lot of help, and I've been given a lot of grace, and I've been real fortunate. And then, of course, I love Bernie, and I love this school district, and I love this community, and I love all the people in it. And but I think back on players. I don't want to. I mean, it's all about players, and we were fortunate to each year when we were about to take a drop off, we'd have someone step up, and they were coachable, and they did what was said. And I had parents that were supportive. But when you get on any list, it's all about we, and you know that. And the older you get, the more you understand that, more appreciative you are of that, Evan.